Welcome, sports fans. We're back live tonight after a week off. It was just a massive week last week, but we're back. Davo and Randall. Davo, how are we, mate, down there in the bottom?
Yeah, good, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, pretty good. Nice shirt you got on there too, by the way.
I know.
Beauty.
It's awesome company.
Yeah, so Randall, what's been going on with you? You got a little bit wet during the week at the Knights game?
I did, mate. My boots were full of water, but I did go and stand there on the hill. True supporter. Just glad they got a win.
Yeah, I couldn't believe how many people there were there, actually.
Yeah, 9,500, I think. So
that's pretty insane, isn't it, for the amount of rain that was bucketing down?
Yeah. You know, I'm just glad it wasn't the middle of winter because it wasn't actually cold. It was still the weather was the temperature was still okay, so you didn't mind being wet. But yeah, it's just that wind. That wind was putrid.
I was about 150 metres away from you, mate. Not at the Knights game, but it was bucketing down there, and there's no way I was going outside.
No way.
There was one of the penalty kicks. Might have been after a try. I'm not sure. Wasn't really paying that much attention to the game, but I could see where you stand, and there was about three of you there, and the rest of the crowd was high up in the stands, mate, getting under cover a little bit.
Yeah. Most people fortunately, they opened up the stands knowing that there weren't going to be too many people there with the weather. So people were able to go and get up in the stands and try and stay dry. Where we were under the big screen, there's a bit of shelter there, but by the end of the game, the wind just blew the rain in, so we ended up saturated anyway.
Yeah. No,
it was worth it.
Gio, how are you, mate? Good to have you on.
Right, nice and dry. Nice and dry at home, having a few rums. So, yeah.
I bet.
Not a bad game to watch, though. There's obviously plenty of things come into play with the way that, you know, the water in the end goal and the water on the field was. So it was pretty cool.
Slip and slide.
Yeah, it was good to watch. Good to watch.
A lot fewer mistakes than I thought there were going to be.
Yeah, it's surprising how good the ball control was.
Yeah.
It's sort of, I don't know. I used to love watching the footy 80s and 90s when they had the old leather ball, and it was like weighed an extra 45 kilo by the time it finished the game, and it was about this big because it was swollen.
And does that even happen anymore? Kicker.
Yeah, kicking a brick.
Oh, yeah.
No, you don't see that anymore.
Too.
Yeah. Mal Meninga style.
Yeah.
Who's this guy? Haven't seen him on here for a few weeks. Good to have you on, buddy.
It's because we haven't been on.
That's right. That's right. Hey, we've got a fair bit to cover tonight. We've got our Tid Bits, NRL, F1, bit of Newey baseball. There was a back in action for one team, or for one game. MLB, and we'll get us out of here tonight. We might throw a bit of a spanner in the works tonight. We might go something a little bit different than our normal tidbit straight up. I was thinking maybe we could throw a bit of NRL or F1 in. What are your thoughts, fellas?
Sounds good, mate.
Yeah, let's kick it off with a bit of NRL, Randall, if you've got NRL ready.
Yeah, I do, mate. Some good games. I don't know how you guys went with your tipping this week. Mine wasn't great. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great.
7 out of 8. The one game I didn't get was my own team.
Oh,
that's terrible, Davo.
Yeah, I didn't get him either, Davo. Weekend started off Thursday night. Storm 34 over the Broncos 32. Pretty good game. Did you guys catch much of that? I thoroughly enjoyed that game.
A little bit. Only a little bit.
I didn't tip the Storm, unfortunately, unlike Davo. But obviously Friday night I headed off to the Knights Dragons game, so I didn't see the Bulldogs Roosters score until close to half time, and I think it was
26-0.
26-0 to the Bulldogs, and I watched the second half. Well, Roosters man down, man sent off for a high shot, and then they lost Tedesco. And who else did they lose? Sam
lost
Walker.
someone to the bin for 10 minutes.
Yeah, Victor Radley went to the bin for 10 minutes as well. Dom Young was sent off, and fullback and one of the halves both are out for concussion. So they're doing it tough, and they managed to almost come back to win the game. Ended up 30-26 after being down 26-0 at half time. So Doggies hung in there, thoroughly outplayed the Roosters in the first half. You must have been pretty happy with that, Davo.
Mate, I was worried. I was watching it the way I was going. It's like, come on, geez, we're playing 12. And again, just some of the refereeing decisions on both sides. I thought we were playing rugby union for a while with a couple of tries scored, and then Roosters scored a try at the end that where old mate didn't even get in goals, didn't go to the bunker. And it's like, wow, okay. It's just becoming the norm, and they wonder why people are not watching.
Yeah, people are getting pretty frustrated. It's disappointing when, they're professional referees, and they're making Angel Hernandez calls. Yeah. That's what it sort of feels like, isn't it? Just absolute blunders.
You sometimes feel like, well, the technology's there. They could have seen, well, hang on a minute. Well, that was either a forward pass or a double movement, or it didn't score. Surely, like the VAR in the A-League and soccer, they could call out, say, hang on a minute, oh, it's a mere, nah, disallowed, to get it right for everyone.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You do mention Angel
Hernandez,
mate. He missed the solo clips today, old Angel.
Oh, yeah, I bet you he did. Yeah, right.
Didn't see that one coming, did he?
I'm surprised he didn't eject the sun.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry, Funky. We'll leave Parramatta to last, mate.
Well, we'll tell you to close your ears when we get there, Funky. All right.
Yeah, pretty disappointing. Obviously, my Mighty Knights, they got up 30-10 over the Dragons, and I tell you what, there were people actually at the ground with snorkels and flippers and wetsuits on. So it absolutely poured all through reserve grade. And then the sort of weather cleared up a little bit there for a while, and I thought, this might not be too bad. But yeah, by the time kickoff come for the main game, it was just bucketed down and did not stop. I've been to some pretty poor conditions at the Knights games before. I don't think I've been to a game that's been that bad. I remember going to the game against West Tigers after the Pasha Bolka.
Yeah.
It was a Sunday after the Pasha Bolka washed ashore.
We're only talking about that night.
Yeah, and I think the conditions of the ground were worse than that, than when that game was played same weekend. So it was pretty rubbish weather. Saturday, Warriors versus the Rabbitohs. Warriors 34 over the Rabbitohs 4. Absolute hiding. And Latrell finds himself in hot water again.
Yep.
Well, what is he doing?
Well, like Phil Gould said, does he love the game anymore? Like, is he just playing it for the sake of playing it? It's like he just doesn't look interested.
No.
We know a baseballer like that. He's 0 for 19 or something, isn't he?
It's just a job. But I'm surprised
he got an infield hit the other day. Yeah, no, I agree, David.
For the two offences.
It's been a long time coming. Like there's been stuff he's doing every week that there's something.
Yeah.
And he's been getting away with it, and finally it's caught up with him. Like I don't know who runs a ball back, and who's got their elbow that high to make clear contact
with time to spare.
Yeah, he I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking. they keep saying, "Oh,
And
it's a
then-
brain snap.
then
It's
the
a
leg,
brain snap." There's
the
more than a
arm
brain
between the
snap.
legs.
Yep.
Like the lifting.
Yep.
But I think it was Billy Slater. I hate Billy Slater, but the conversation they were having is like, if it all depends. Be interesting to see what he does now. Is he going to run and hide up at Taree on his farm?
Yeah.
Or should he be the good teammate, still be at training every day, still being there to show the guys, hey, I stuffed up. I'm still committed to you guys. I'm here to win.
Yeah. He's meant to be a leader there at that club, and running and hiding isn't being a leader. So, he needs to be there. He needs to put in, and he needs to get better. He needs to be showing that he's going to put in the hard work to be better, because he's not even playing good footy at the moment either. So,
and it's rubbing off on the rest of the team.
Yep. Yeah, they don't look good at all.
No.
Disappointing. Someone that is looking pretty good though, Luke Brooks and the Manly Sea Eagles with DCE as well. 32-18 over the Panthers.
That's why I backed Manly. I thought Brooks has started the season well.
Yep.
And a Brookie. No clear, because I don't think Cleary was playing, was he? I didn't look, but
no, he's done
Cleary.
I'm pretty sure.
I thought there's every chance. I think Manly could easily be top 4 this year. Hate to say it, because my brother goes for Manly and I freaking hate him, but they're looking the goods early.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with Brooks. I think, is it just a new lease of life? Just a new environment, new team. Maybe he's got a bit
the Tigers.
Yeah, he's got a bit more in this team that he can work with. He's got DCE there to help him out, I guess, as well. As much as I hate the bloke, he just looks good. He looks comfortable. He looks happy, and it shows in his footy, doesn't it?
Yep, it does.
As much as I hate Manly and don't want them to win anything. Dolphins 26 over your Tigers 16. Hutto. I don't know how many people would have picked the Tigers. I think everyone expected their bubble to burst.
Yeah.
But I think they'll bounce back from that, and they'll get a couple of wins somewhere along the line.
Hopefully this week, mate.
I don't know who they're playing. It's not the Knights.
I picked them. I think they're playing the Dragons, mate.
They'll be right then. Cowboys 35 over the Titans 22. Not much to say about that game. It was all one-way traffic that I thought it was anyway. I think the Titans might struggle for the back end of the year. They've lost a few players there. Actually, Dolphins too lost a few.
Have you seen the video doing the rounds of in the sheds and Desi Hasler's spray?
No.
Oh, not PG rated.
No, I could imagine it's not. No one Desi.
He ripped into him, and it was fair enough too. It just showed like a still of the change room, and all you can hear is the audio of Desi blowing up.
Yeah, I could imagine.
He's a guy who rips doors off the hinges, and so you can imagine. And he's not going to stand for it. So maybe it's the kick in the arse they needed, but let's wait and see. Yeah,
I think it is. Mate. And then to round it out, sorry, Funky, but the Raiders 41 over the Eels 8. I did not pick that. I actually took the Eels. They had nothing. I don't even know what to say about it.
On a Sunday night.
They just look good.
Yeah, they've started off pretty hot, haven't they?
They looked up. I don't know. I don't know how you can even talk about that one. It was just Para just didn't turn up.
Yeah.
It was like their under 12s turned up. That's about it.
They've had a few disappointing losses the last couple of weeks, haven't they?
They have, mate. They have.
The Tigers weren't expected to beat them, and they did, and that 41-8 is a bit of pumping. So,
yeah, for sure. This week though, there's going to be some good games. I think. You got the Knights, Roosters. Roosters are going to have a fair few guys out missing with injury and suspension. So that's up in Newcastle. I would suggest the Knights will run away with that one, as we'll see a little bit later on my thoughts. The Bulldogs and the Storm, Davo, doggies have, they look like they're looking to improve. What do you reckon?
No.
No, you don't think they'll be good enough?
Oh, depends which team turns up. If the team that played the first half, yeah, they're a chance. But if it's a team that turned up for the second half, but no, I think they'll put up a fight. But I think Storm might just be that bit more professional, a bit more polished to take the points. But I'm hoping it should be a contest.
Yeah, we've also got Dolphins versus Broncos. Dolphins, I think last year they started the season off in first place too, didn't they? After 4 or 5 weeks, and then they hit the skids.
Like the Pittsburgh Pirates, mate.
Little like the Pittsburgh Pirates, Tampa Bay Rays too. They hit the skids. But the Broncos are sitting in 11th at the moment. So, and Adam Reynolds is out. So don't know what's going to happen there. But Dolphins have got a few injuries too, don't they? So should be an interesting game. My game of the round though is going to be the Warriors versus Manly on Saturday.
Yeah.
That should be an absolute cracking game.
Over there?
Over there.
Yep.
Over there,
mate, in Auckland. So I think that should be a cracker game on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah. Few of the boys commented Ricky's spray last week helped for that 41-8. It made Funky and Shannon have a little tear, I think, that game. So
there's only one way from there, guys, up. So
well, you want to hope so. Could be like Souths.
It's coming from the Knights supporter who's won spoons for how many years? Oh no, that's the Tigers, isn't it?
No, we 3 straight, mate. We had 3 straight.
3 straight. Yeah.
We started the first one of those seasons. We started 5-0, 5 wins, no losses, and then I don't think we won a game the rest of the season. And that was the first of 3 consecutive wooden spoons.
Insane.
Still doing better than the Marlins.
Still doing better than the Marlins.
What are they? 9-1 now?
1 and 10. Oh, sorry, 1 and 9. 1 and 9.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, all right. NRL's back in action a couple of nights away, but Grand Prix, fellas, I know you're not really into your F1 much, but did you see any of the Japanese Grand Prix?
I actually did catch a little bit of it. I don't even know how. I don't even know why I watched it. I feel like maybe I'd been watching the baseball on the weekend and there was no football on yet. I can't quite remember.
It was early afternoon. Yeah. So it was good timing for us Aussies because it was that sort of late afternoon. But Max Verstappen won again, mate. He's just a class above at the moment. Sergio Perez, Carlos Sainz, Leclerc, Lando Norris, Alonso Russell, Oscar Piastri in 8th, Lewis Hamilton and Yuki, the hometown favourite, come in 10th. Got a point, so they were pretty happy with that. The F1 was pretty awesome to watch. I don't know, I've only sort of come about watching it last couple of years and really enjoying it. Yeah, good to see the Aussies, still up in there. Danny Ricciardo crashed out on the first lap. I think it was the second turn. Got a little bit of a nudge and taken out, but unlucky. That's racing, I guess. But yeah, it was good to see a bit of Formula One action. I think they're back again in a couple of weeks' time. So, yes. All right. What was this one? Shannon, Ferrari watching Carlos show the crowd his value. Yes. Yeah, very true. It'd be tough once Ferrari, I guess, chooses who they want and where everyone's going to sort of go from there after this year too. So there's a few seats still available and still a few question marks. So interesting times in the F1. Now, fellas, let's go back to our Tid Bits, because from then on, we're going to run our baseball for the rest of it. So for the non-baseball fans, we got a little bit of NRL and F1 in there just to keep face, I guess. But this week, fellas, we've got a sponsor for the show. Have a Dabble. If you do join Dabble, make sure you use the promo code sportsrewind. Helps out the show. But you fellas have given us a few picks for the week. Let's take a look here at Davo's. First up, Davo, you want to run us through this one?
Oh, you can, mate. I can hardly read that on the small screen.
Fair
But
enough.
no, I've gone across the board. Actually, I've gone a bit of NHL. I've gone the Red Wings, leading into the Braves, and leading into the English Premier League. Oh, sorry, not the English Premier League. The IPL for the cricket.
Yep.
And the Mariners. Mariners are top of the table at the moment. So I've just
Good value there.
I've gone wide and far on multi-sport. I thought first week, let's just throw it right out there. It wouldn't let me do Rafael Devers to hit a home run tomorrow at Fenway against Baltimore. That would have been a backup bet.
You won't get a hit off Corbin Burns, mate.
Damo, there will be a little sneak peek of that at the end, mate. That was real good value. What about you, Randall? What about this one? Hit odds
mate,
there, a bit spicy.
Mate, I'm pretty confident with the Knights this weekend, with the Roosters having 1,000,001 people out. They're going to be lucky to have a reserve grade team this week. So I'm running up in Newcastle Knights 13+, Phoenix Crosland, and also Leo Thompson, both as anytime try scorers, at $81. Gamble responsibly.
Yes. Greater Western Giants are on top of the table, killing it. I took the Warriors over there against the Seagulls. West Tigers, come on, you good things. And Rory McIlroy finished top 10 in the Masters. So
Masters starts soon, which is always good to watch.
Is it tomorrow or Thursday? Thursday, is it?
Thursday, I think, yeah.
But there we go. So if you guys want to jump on the Dabble, I'll leave the code in the bottom. But promo code Sports Rewind. Let's get into our tidbits for the week. We've got 6 absolute classics tonight. Davo, you're up first.
Yeah, so the poor old Oakland A's. So this year there are 9 quarterbacks that make more per season than the whole Oakland A's will pay the entire roster for this year. So you let that sink in for a while. You've got 9 quarterbacks individually making more per season than what the whole Oakland A's are paying their 25 players.
Poor Oakland A's. I reckon we're going to have a tidbit each week on their payroll for the next 4 years, I reckon.
Yeah.
I do have one, but I held it back.
Yeah.
And it's not going to get any better when they move to Sacramento for a couple of years either.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Number 2 for Davo.
Yeah, so Adolis Garcia has hit 29 home runs since the last time Anthony Rendon got a hit. So
he had one a couple of days ago. I think he's had 2 now.
Yes.
He had an infield single and then another one, I think. I'm pretty sure.
But just to show you how how injured he'd been and how bad he'd been going when you start a season 0 for 19. But yeah, Garcia had 29 home runs since the last time Rendon got a hit. It's just a job.
It's just a job. I was about to say, it's just a job, mate. Just a job. What's this one, Randall?
Oh, this one jumped up the other day. So this one, how many Bigfoot sightings have been reported within 100 miles of each MLB stadium? Have a go at Boston Red Sox. They've had 17 Bigfoot sightings. Pittsburgh and Cleveland, there's been 7. Atlanta, they've had 5. Cincinnati and Seattle have had 4. Detroit and St. Louis have had 3. And there's a whole heap of clubs there that have all had 1 Bigfoot sighting within 100 miles of their stadium. Tell you what, no wonder they've got the big green monster in Boston, because they don't want Bigfoot seen over the top of it.
100%.
Surely in
horrible, mate.
down in the Bronx Zoo there'd be Bigfoot, so I'm surprised the Yankees aren't on that list of being
I
sightings.
think he's playing centre field, isn't he?
This is a good one.
Oh, this is a shocker. White Sox, that they aren't going so good, are they? Tell you what, talk about a bad opening day. The White Sox, Tarek Skubal and Detroit shut them down and win 1-0. White Sox today became the second team in baseball history to have 0 runs, 0 walks, 0 extra base hits, and 10 plus strikeouts on an opening day. The only other team that happened to were the Giants. Hutto. But you can forgive them for that, because they were facing Hall of Famer Bob Gibson on opening day in 1967. That's not a good
it's still probably not, forgivable, but what a record he had. Mate, that's crazy, for the White Sox.
It is. Really is. You look at their lineup. They shouldn't be no hit, but not only that, no extra base hits, no runs, no walks.
Yeah.
And 10 plus strikeouts. That's a bad start to the season.
Long year for him.
Hey, Gorik's just posted something in the chat there too about the pitch clock. We'll get to that after the tidbits. Thanks for posting that, mate. Appreciate it. Craig Biggio, the only player, 3,000 hits, 600 doubles, 400 stolen bases, and 250 home runs. The man is still on my MLB The Show team. He's just a beast. Absolutely love watching him play.
Not bad for starting out as a catcher.
Yeah.
I think I've got 1 or 2 of his cards, his early cards. I think the upper deck ones show him as catcher.
Yeah, right.
So he had a couple of seasons as catcher, and then they moved him to second base. And he was just hitting too well and wanted to protect him.
Prolong his career a little.
It worked out pretty well.
Yeah, this one I had a bit of a giggle at. Today's solar eclipse peaks at a duration of 4.5 minutes, almost 3 times longer than Aaron Rodgers' career with the New York Jets.
That's gold.
It's funny because it's true.
Yeah.
Anyway, that rounds out our tidbits, and thanks again to Dabble for sponsoring that segment of the show. Let's move straight into some baseball action anyway, fellas. And
I'd say Aaron Rodgers probably gets paid more than the Oakland Athletics roster as well.
Probably.
For his whole 2 minutes of NFL season.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. I don't know his price, his wage, but yeah. So, did you guys see this story or hear anything about it?
Yeah, I did. I only heard it through a broadcast watching a game, and they had a bit of a chat. I think that might have been where some of this come from. I think it might have been an Angels game. It was the day after they took a hit away from one of the rookies.
Yep.
And they had a bit of a chat about it.
Yeah, so I guess what they're saying is the shorter time frame, pitchers aren't getting their rest, that sort of thing, leading to a lot of these injuries. And, we're seeing heaps of MLB injuries this year already. What's your thoughts, fellas, on do you think it's playing into it, or for me personally, I don't think that it's playing into it. I always love to quick pitch and always sort of try to gamify that. But I think the way that we record how pitches are thrown and things like that, and spin rate, and we're really wanting to do, max velocity all the time. Well, that's what the junior kids are sort of brought up through when they're trying to get to those upper levels. I think that's got a massive thing to do with it, like the radar guns and kids trying to max out all the time. Like, no wonder starters aren't going 9 innings. They're going 4 and 5 innings because they're going too hard early instead of pitching into the game and sort of working their way through. I know, David, you'd have your sort of own ideas on that, but for me, you're not going to go out in the first inning and throw as hard as you can. You're going to cruise your way into that game and sort of move your way into the later part of the game. But now I don't think they get that opportunity. It's like, right, are your spin rates down? What's wrong? Are you feeling sore? Are you this? Are you that? I don't know. What's your thoughts?
Well, that's it. I forwarded you a video today. They interviewed Justin Verlander about this whole thing, and he said exactly just like you did. When he was younger, he didn't learn to really pitch until he reached college. He said these days they're so fascinated with the radar gun and spin rate. Kids are taught way too early to try and peak where they haven't even learnt their bodies, learnt their mechanics. So that's a big factor in it. But I'm with you. It's like I like to work quick as well. And if you've got your mechanics down right and you're not trying to throw every pitch at 1,000,000 miles an hour, you should be right. But there's an expectation now guys are supposed to be doing that. And Verlander said, well, gone are the days of guys throwing 100, 110, building up the thing. He said hitters have changed as well. You can't, with the DH in there now, you can't just sort of sit on the outside and paint that corner because guys will take your oppo. But he said, look, yes, pitch clock is changing it, but it's also baseball in general.
Yeah.
You're expecting guys to be throwing high 90s and spin rate and all that. They're not pitching. So, I don't think it's so much pitch clock. I think it's baseball in general and what clubs are expecting from young pitchers.
Yeah.
You don't see anyone go any real length, do you? Like, in saying that, we did just see a no-hitter. But
and then he went again in the next one through 6, wasn't it? 6 no-hit innings, I think.
5 and a third, or 6 and a 6, 5 and 2/3 or something. He had 2 out or something. Anyway, yeah, you don't see pitchers going deep into games anymore either. They come out and they empty the tank too early. So exactly like you guys just said, isn't it? They're not looking to work themselves into a game and still be there in the 7th, 8th inning, setting a game up. They just want to get out there, fireball, or something that drops off the table, and that's it.
Yeah.
Go there, throw there 5 or 6 innings.
It's mechanics now as well. Like Verlander said, you get a guy like Verlander who has a great pitching motion. He's learned how to do the proper wind up, proper arm angle, even from the set. And it allows him to still be throwing mid-90s in the 8th or 9th inning. These days, I don't think they're taught or shown the right mechanics. Oh, wow, you're throwing 100. Yeah, you beauty, keep that up. Even though it may not be right and they're going to do damage to their shoulder or their elbow.
Just go there and throw your arm off.
Yeah, essentially. And we'll have someone come along and replace you.
Yep. No, interesting article. Thanks for posting that one, Derek. If you haven't seen it, go and have a look. It's worth a read and go and check out Verlander's interview. That was good. What did he play, a AAA game or something, Dave?
Yeah, got rocked for 6 runs in one dig.
Yeah.
But he said, look, that doesn't worry me. He got through it. That's all he wanted to do. So not quite Alex Manoa down in single A, but he wanted to get the work in, which he did.
Who was he playing? Norfolk Tides or something?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure who it was.
Yeah,
here's your Alex Manoa. 1 2/3, 5 hits, 6 8 runs, 4 walks, 2 Ks. Yeah. What happened to that guy?
struggling a bit, isn't he?
Got the
Brutal.
yips.
Yeah.
But it's funny. Of course, the Players Association are blaming the MLB. MLB is sort of blaming the Players Association or pitchers. So
Yeah.
it's going to be what it is. They're both going to blame each other. And I can see their point a little bit. Like, I understand Major League Baseball wanting to speed up games, but sometimes that's baseball. That's what we've grown up with. That's what you've enjoyed. You want your 3 hours worth. It's a spectacle, and there's got to be a point where both sides are happy.
Yeah, I agree.
In saying that, they're not injuries happening to the young guys either, though, are they?
There are. I think, who was I listening to? I might have been Eric Burns and Will Clark talk about it, and the amount of young kids that are getting injured, even as young as 13 and 14, getting Tommy John at that age, and it's just it's pretty brutal. But I guess it comes back to different training programs, and I mean, what did we get taught to do when we were younger? Like, got to the stage where we got up to using TheraBands and all that sort of stuff. Now they've got different weighted balls, and they've got all the different, exercises and different things.
Some long toss.
I don't know.
Mixing your long toss flagpoles, TheraBands.
Never heard of that. All I got taught to do was go and sit on the pine.
Yeah. Well, we can't help that, mate. We can't help that. Well, they've actually, they've come a long way. There's participation rules now and tournaments and stuff like that, Randall. So
they would have saved me back in the day.
But no, I don't know. It's a tough one. What about some of your young Orioles, Randall, coming through? They're killing it down there.
Yeah. It's going to be good when these guys bust in. I don't know I can't remember what the deadline is, or what that cutoff is. I think is it next week or the week after? Once they cross that threshold, you probably expect to see someone like a Jackson Holiday come up, because it'll tick over that they'll be able to hold him again for that additional year.
Yeah.
Have him under control. So, it wasn't surprising that he didn't break with the team, really. They want that extra year of control for what, a couple of weeks at the start of a season means nothing.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, eh?
Heston Kjerstad, like he busted out last year in the back end of the year in the MLB side, and he was pretty good. But yeah, I think the one they want to look at is that Kobe Mayo, third baseman. So he's that's sort of a spot that they're struggling with a little bit at the moment. They haven't quite got that spot nailed down. There's a few guys floating around between it. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see, mate. There's plenty of future there.
Plenty of future. That's what it's all about. Next one, I've got one of Davo's mates. Oh, Bobby Wecker, getting released from his team. They broke it to me gently. The manager came up to me before a game and told me they didn't allow visitors in the clubhouse. What a gem.
Bob Uecker. And he's still going.
He's still going.
He's still calling for the Brewers.
Yeah. Yeah, I listened to a few spring training games, and some of the stories he comes out with is unreal. It's good to listen to people like that, that's for sure.
Oh, he's up there with Vince Scully for one of the best all time.
Yeah.
And I know we all know him from Major League, the Major League movies, but yeah, he's good to sometimes tune into a Brewers game and get.
To hell with it. No one's listening anyway. Love it. What about, you're talking about the NRL bunker. What about this? Can we go back,
That's a while ago,
a few years and change his perfect game? That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But,
Still remember that. The picture cover was it Miggy playing first base?
Yep. Yeah, Miggy flicked it. You can nearly call him out for running inside the line too.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Hey, is what it is.
That's it.
It'll never be forgotten, will it?
No, that's right.
How far back do you go though? Essentially, really,
This is
if you
true.
open that can of worms, there's been so many calls over the years that it's like, well, hang on, well, you did that one. How about this one? So, yeah, it'd be tough.
There was one on the weekend in Newcastle baseball that I'd like to get a look at, actually. Dave, you brought this to our attention, mate. Where is it here?
Yeah, player
I don't know if
ejection.
you can see that highlighted. Can you see that highlighted? It says, can't zoom in. Sean Dowdle ejected by B. Sullivan. Bottom 5 out of 8. Now, I don't know, Randall, have you got any news on this one? I heard a couple of reports and I actually spoke to Tooth this afternoon, actually. And
I know the umpire.
He didn't have a great deal to say other than there wasn't much in it and was in between innings and he was having a bit of a joke. So anyway, let's go and have a look at the results of that game. That was the only first grade game on. And White Sox absolutely thumped them, 16-1. And you go down here and have a look at some of the hits. Was Dimmers, I think, got 4. Dodd, 2. There's plenty with 2. Hall, Mahoney, Angus Ping with 3. Corey Pringle with 3. There's plenty of hits. And Cal Davies, I hope you're doing all right, mate. Apparently got hit in the head. I don't know whether it was a hit by pitch. It says in the report there that he come out of the game. So fingers crossed, mate, you're doing well and there's no major damage. So it's not good to see players get hit like that, and especially some of our own local players, that's for sure. But, yeah, that was the only first grade game this week, and look forward to a bit of baseball action again next week. What else have I got? Let's have a look at the standings, MLB, before we get out of here. And
before you jump onto that, just wish good luck to all those kids participating this weekend in the Senior League State Cup tournament.
Oh, nice.
I think it's down at Blacktown, maybe. Yep. Not 100% sure, but that all kicks off this weekend. I think Senior League Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I think.
Yep. We also had our women's nationals over last week as well.
We did. Our own Ebony Vananda. She had a good little game there last night before the gold medal game was washed out in the gold medal qualifying game.
Yeah.
I think she had a bases clearing double, I think, oppo to left field. So good on her, but she'll still be getting DH'd on the weekend when she gets back. So
fair enough. So so she's playing in third grade Toronto Tigers?
Yes, mate. Yeah, sure is.
Yep. No, nice. I'm away this week, so I don't know who's where and what's going on. Let's take a look at the MLB standings at the moment. Dodgers are 9-4. Padres are 6-7. D-backs and Giants are 4-7. Colorado Rockies 3-8. The Braves are 6-3. Phillies 5-5. Mets 4-6. The Nats 4-6. They're on a 2-win streak. Miami Marlins are 1-10. The Pirates 9-2, off to a hot start. Brewers 6-3. Cubbies 6-4. Reds 6-4. St. Louis Cardinals 5-6. Yankees are also off to a hot start, along with your Red Sox. Davo 9-2 for the Yankees. Red Sox are 7-3. Orioles 5-4. Tampa Bay 5-6. Blue Jays back there with 5-6. Cleveland Guardians off to a hot one, 8-2. Detroit Tigers have been solid, 6-4. Royals are 6-4. Twins and White Sox way out of it. White Sox are 1-9. The LA Angels are 6-4. Texas Rangers 6-4. The Trash Cans 4-7. Mariners 4-7, and A's 3-7. So I don't know. Anyone stand out there for you, fellas?
Pirates have the usual hot start, but I think
Pirates have been unreal to watch.
Guardians have been good, even though they've lost Bieber for the year.
Yeah.
I think the Central will probably be theirs if they keep that up.
Detroit
Sox did well, but they're only playing AL West. Mariners, A's, and Angels. So can't really write home too much about that, but we'll take the wins.
Yeah.
Hey, Kansas City have been playing pretty well, actually.
I haven't seen much of Kansas City this year.
Yeah,
not yet. Anyway,
they look like they've got a lot of speed, and blokes just putting the ball in play. So
they gave your Orioles a run for their money in that couple of games.
Certainly did, mate. They hit well.
It's on Lane Purcell.
Lame Hendricks.
Lame, mate. Yeah, I don't know. It's been good to see different teams up there. It's good to see the Yankees and Red Sox up the top there, Davo. It's I mean they've had they both had pretty hot starts, and we talked about Baltimore being going to be red hot. They probably are going to be red hot all the way through the year, but see a start like the Yankees are up 9-2, and same as the Pirates. It's really good to see. Good to see.
Soto started well. He started nice and hot for the Yankees.
Yeah.
So he's settling in quite well. Let's see how he handles it when he hits a bit of a slump and you have the New York media all over you.
Yeah. Hearing you.
Who have they played? Like, obviously, they played the Astros to start her up, and they played pretty well against the Astros. But have they really been challenged?
I'm not 100% sure,
anybody else. Like, I don't think they've actually played. Oh, the Blue Jays. They're playing the Blue Jays at the moment, aren't they? But they haven't really played any other American League East teams or anything like that. So,
and how was Angel being Angel in that Blue Jays game? One, the missed strike call, which was right down the middle, but then two, when the Blue Jays pitcher stepped off the back, then came back on, wasn't even a strike, and he's run Tories up.
Yeah, that was
God, how does that guy keep a job?
I don't know.
I got no words for that, hey. That was just horrible.
And managers must be going out there going, what can we do?
You can't do anything.
Yeah. And fellow umpires must be like, oh, Jesus, here we go.
Yeah. Hey, Blake Snell got his first start today for the Giants, and he was horrible.
Good to see.
No, it's just, I mean, what do they expect? Like, he's thrown a couple of games where he's pitched against his own club. I mean, what do they expect to happen? When they're that late to sign him and whatever. But anyway, here's what it is. He'll come good.
Well, it's like JD Martinez is spending another week down in the minors just to get game ready before playing for the Mets.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Late. Yeah.
You think about it like, Snell, it's pretty much, this is his spring training, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just go there and throw a couple of innings and just get some work in under your belt.
Well, he said he had, what was it, like a game against the other part of the club, and he had 5 up downs, so he threw 90 pitches in a simulated game, and today he threw 72 pitches, 3 innings, 3 hits, 3 strikeouts or something. Anyway.
Standard for him.
72. Did you say 72 pitches in 3 innings?
Yeah. So it was brutal. It was brutal. Cut the walks. That's kills you. only talking about that the other day. Davo walks kill you. But, yeah, anyway. All right, Toronto Tigers, who we got in first grade? We're playing Boomerangs, aren't we, at home?
Boomers home opener for us. So
What
you know,
about threes, fours, fives, and sixes, mate?
3s and 4s, same as well, mate. Boomers at home.
Yep.
It looks like they've configured the draw this year that those teams all play at the same time, and when first and second grade have the bye, we'll play the extra team in third and fourth grade with Maitland.
Yep.
So should be following the top two all the time. I think they're still working out the draw for 5s and 6s. I think sixth grade's got some ridiculous amount of teams in it, like something like 12 or 13 teams or something.
Yeah.
So I think it's a little bit tricky for them to try and get sorted. But I think they're playing at CM.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think I saw that in the chat that, up at CM this weekend.
Yeah, they thought it was going to be
Take your packed
Nelson
lunch.
Bay. Yeah, they thought it was going to be Nelson Bay, but I think it's going to be CM.
Yep. No,
Everybody
cool.
else is at home.
Right. Before we go, Damo talked about this. Went up and seen the remote control car Newcastle Grand Prix on the weekend. It was pretty epic. Did a bit of a video there. If you haven't seen the video, go and check it out on our YouTube. But yeah, here we go, Damo. I've got one for you, mate. I'm just trying to share my screen, and it was pretty cool watching this. Is that even on?
They go pretty well from watching your video.
I don't think it's going to work, mate. Damn.
Come on, mate. How hard is it?
There it is. So these things, the track up at Williamtown, it was just insane how quick they were. I'm getting dizzy trying to watch it. But track's all laid out, beautifully well kept, and these things were just flying. But if you're interested in having a look, go and check it out up there at Williamtown, and yeah, good to see. And the bloke running the show up there, the president of the Newcastle On-Road Remote Control Car Club, Randall, Luke Hare. Used to play baseball for Toronto Tigers. So
Yeah.
you blokes are going to get a good chuckle out of this one. But bought a can of Pepsi and a raffle ticket, and I come away as first prize winner in the raffle as well.
Of course you did.
Yeah, couple
we might have
$100 spend at Frontline Hobbies. So the young fella will be getting a good train for Christmas.
Yeah, well, if
need Randall to win one now.
Yeah,
I won Saturday night at the Pirates Preso night / 70th birthday. I won myself the raffle, which was the Bobby Witt signed jersey. You've won that. So Knights didn't give you anything, Randall? You'd no raffles there or something?
They filled my heart, mate. That's all I needed.
Wow.
No, if Harry's up there running the show, mate, we might have to go for adventure up there and have a chat with him.
Yeah, that'd be good fun. I'm sure he'd be able to run something for a like a club day or something up there. Get a few people keen, go and have a look. But it's good fun. It's good to get out and check out different things in your community, and that was one I'd sort of been wanting to get up to for a little while. So also the Hilda Harbour fun run was on during, I think it was Sunday as well. So big one here in Newey. But anyway, let's leave it at that, fellas. Thanks for joining us, and thanks everyone for tuning in, whether you watched on YouTube, Facebook. Open it back up to Facebook again, and also on Caffeine TV. So thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll catch you next week. See you, fellas.
Peace.
Cheers.